Generation Show.
I think it was year 7 the first time I got mugged at knife point. I was walking home and then I saw these group of boys and they called me over. He was just like, "What have you got for me? What have you got for me?" And like I was just shocked back. So I was just running my mouth, and then that's when they started laying into me because I obviously didn't know anything. Started punching me up like. As they pulled me up to stand up, the biggest one again put a knife to my throat. He was just there, just saying, "Do you know who I am, blood? Do you know who I am?" He was just going on. I obviously didn't know who he was, but I know he just wanted me to know his tag and his postcode. Like he just wanted me to be scared of him.
You see, there'd been this guy and he'd been calling me and texting me, giving me all sorts of hassle. He'd asked me out in the past and I said no, but he obviously had an issue with rejection because he went around and started telling people that I'd slept with him and I was rubbish. But he got caught, people found out he was lying, and for that they thought he was a fool. And that was it. It was beef between me and him.
People my age at school, they're always getting into fights. They can't keep their big mouth shut. Girls, especially girls, they're always just spreading gossip around and, they put all the blame on you. I used to think they'd done it because they were just bored. But they just want to, amp up someone else and all the trouble gets shifted away from you.
When I was younger, I used to get troubled by a lot of guys. And I used to hear a lot of things about girls too. But then I thought to myself, well, I might as well get myself linked up, so for protection. So I started hanging around with some guys. I used to do them favours, like hold stuff for them and stash away money and drugs. Like, it was exciting knowing that everyone was looking at you thinking, oh, I can't mess with her because of who she's with.
After I was mugged, I thought I need to toughen up, put on the bad man act and whatnot. So then I started hanging around with these boys from my area, and they were known for everything that's got to do with being bad. And we used to get into a heck load of fights, but I wasn't really bothered because we were the ones starting it. On my estate is majority of people used to sell drugs. I knew most of them anyway, but most of them used to carry knives with them. With drugs comes knives, and most of them had to do it to protect their business and to protect themselves as well. So it's not about postcodes anymore. It's who you know and where you're from and who you know really. So.
In the phone calls, he'd be calling me up and telling me he was going to body me. and I'd known him long enough, and in the past he was always talk, so I didn't pay any attention. You see, if he did bang me, he would have got extra ratings because of my cousins and my connections, and they're always looking after me. One day, I was walking down this alley near my house, and I saw him and his brethren standing up against the wall. It all started off with laughing and joking, but got violent really quickly. He started shouting and pulled up a shank against my throat. I reacted so slowly. I didn't know what was going on, and then I just started screaming. I was shouting. I made up so much noise, everyone came running out. And then I saw my little sister and my cousin. When they realised they were surrounded, his brethren grabbed him, and then they just ran.
There was a group at school that I tried to avoid, and I remember one time they came up to me and they threatened to slice me because they carried. So then I thought, you know, I will carry it, and it was simple. I mean, I just put the knife in my pocket and that was it. But I do remember how everyone was just like waiting and watching for something to happen, but nothing was gonna happen. It was stressful. And then I remember one time these two girls just came and started at me, and then I just told them to shut it because, you know, I wasn't having it. And then next thing I know, their cousins heard and they came over, and then they just got mad at me. And then I got so pissed because I knew I had a knife in my pocket. I knew. And the next thing I know, I just take out the knife, and I don't know where my mind was. I was swinging it everywhere. The next thing I know, I feel this resistance, and then this guy had blood coming out of his leg. I knew I got him in the leg. I didn't know where my mind was, so I just ditched the knife and I ran like mad. I just remember I was thinking that night, maybe if I, you know, didn't have the knife that day, maybe I wouldn't have got so pissed, and maybe all of that wouldn't have had to happen.
I mean, I've been around knives before, but they never really bothered me. But I've also had them used on me. At one time I was chilling around my boy's house, and then they started ordering me around, and I wasn't having it, so I slapped one of them. I'm a loudmouth and I get into fights because I won't allow myself to be talked down to like that. And the three boys got all angry and they started turning on me. They dragged me into the corner and then they assaulted me. I get into fights, but I can usually get my own back. But this time they had a knife, so there was nothing I could do. I mean, what would you do if someone was threatening you with a knife? I got angry when I saw the boy filming it, but there was nothing I could do.
For me, I don't think it was the fights or anything. Like, I know I was messing up my family and like they was always worrying for me and whatnot, but like I walked into my house and I just saw her crying like really hard, and then I just thought to myself, my mum going through that, it's just not worth the hassle or anything. I just had to change my attitude and like the way I saw things in life. Watching my back all the time is just living a half life.
I don't really think about being threatened anymore. This boy's got to be thinking about himself. You see, once you overstep the mark, that's it. You're known. You're a target. And my cousins have already said that when they see him, that's it. He is already marked. I hate that it has to be like this. I'm only 17 and I'm already tired of this life. I don't want it to be like this forever. I wish I could just go to a place where you don't have to fight, where you don't have to fight all the time.
I had to leave my school and leave my area because, of what I done. I can still imagine everyone around the area coming after me. If maybe I didn't act as angry that day, maybe if I was a bit more calm, none of this would have happened. I really scared my parents. I put myself at risk. My parents, they say that they don't even know me anymore, that they can't even help me. And to be honest, I don't even know how to help me.
A lot of people have seen the video because it got Bluetoothed around. I get called all types of names like slag, and I get threatened. But I get crazy mad because I didn't even do anything wrong. I seen the boys and I just keep my distance. They could get me things, but in the end all they ever did was hurt me. I now know that they were the wrong ones to go to. Anyways, I'm not part of that scene anymore. Those people, they'll just take you places you don't want to go. I've got to get myself fixed up now. And I'm trying to find a way to do it.